Good morning, folks. LW here, just getting set up here. Finished getting set up. Okay, get the camera just a little bit better adjusted, and maybe raise it up a little bit. Okay, very good. No, I already got a good amount of folks on here. Anyway, we're getting started here. It's a beautiful Friday morning in Florida. It is warm. It's already 86 degrees out here. I saw on the news last night, it's supposed to get up to 93 with 107 heat index. So make sure you stay hydrated and be safe out there. Our guys working here, we make sure they have plenty of water and not to get too hot because yeah, it is warm out there and it's pretty intense working all day long. I understand that a lot of the country is in a little bit of they called it a heat dome on the news last night. Caught the news for a little bit last night. So anyway, a lot of people are dealing with that, and we'll see how much we got a fair amount of stuff here, but we'll probably should get through it fairly quick. And look at Sharon, Ernie, Nancy, Ed, and Linda. Good morning, folks that are all on here. Oh, I forgot to put my phone on mute so it won't keep bugging me. Anyway, all right. A few things. One good thing, if you haven't heard yet, if you managed to get your Bluestream installed before you left, the people that are in here should have Bluestream. Channel 901 is live. That is our community channel, and Victoria has already populated it, and there's stuff in there, and so get that now. My TV here in the office that I watch the security cameras on, which I can also tune to the Bluestream. I got the community channel on it, but the boxes for the post office rooms don't. They're not able to tune to it yet. There's some type of upgrade or something they shoot out to the box to get it to read channel 901. But anyway, look for that. Check out every so often. Check to see if it goes to. You can get to channel 901. The gal I talked to, Andrea, said that they will do a upgrade to all the boxes all at once that are in here. So hopefully that goes okay. Oh, excuse me. So anyway, there we are with that community channels there. One thing that one legislative announcement, the I forget what day it is. I think it was July 1st it went into effect. It really doesn't make a lot of different change for us here in the park, but for the state of Florida, they made a new law that anybody under the age of 18 that if they want to drive a golf cart, they either have to have a valid driver's license or a learner permit, and that's anywhere in the state of Florida on Florida roads. So that is that. Our park does have the rule that no one under the age of 16 is to be driving the golf carts. You should, and you have to have a driver's license. So that is still in effect for us, but now it's a statewide in effect for all roads that are what you call either municipal roads, but it does not apply to private roads. Okay, so we got the channels done. New golf cart law is in effect. I will remind everybody that is here in Florida, here in the park. Do remember all your hurricane preparedness stuff that you need to take care of. Make sure that everything you can quickly put away stuff that is outside. Anything you do put outside, do it in such a way that you can get it put away quickly, and that you'll be here in case we have a hurricane. I don't think there's anything brewing out there that we have to worry about. So, but still, always keep it in your mind that you're prepared for the hurricane. You have some water set aside. And it's a good idea to have some type of containers of water in your house here, because with our maintaining our own system, we do, just like the other day, we had to put out, we had 2 leaks of 200-gallon leaks. The pipes had enough strain on them or stress on them that they cracked at some joints, and we had to fix on block 28 and 29. We had 2 leaks we had to dig up and replace or fix. So do remember that. Prepare for the hurricanes. Water on hand. Try to make sure you got your plenty of meds on hand. You have a plan for yourself and your pets if we do have a hurricane coming on the way. Okay. Well, quite a few people saying good morning here. Good morning to all you. I got down to, okay, Lisa's on here, and Janice, and Roseanne, and Jim, and Sig, Vivian, and Tennessee's at 89 degrees. Fred, here in the park. Jeanette. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Jeanette says, good morning from Canada. Finally, my insurance for my old house was renewed by Foremost with a big increase in cost. I got you there. I had to do on my house in town. The increase was, I think it was 40% from last year to this year. And on my rental property, it was the same thing. And then previous year, it had also gone up almost 100%. So yeah, and even on the news last night, as I was watching, there was another insurance company, I believe it was Farmers Insurance, was reducing their exposure for houses in insuring Florida. This is a question mark. Is AO under contract? No, there is no contract on the. If you're talking about the water, what is it? Purified water, the water machines. There's no contract in that. They're just in here, and we get a certain amount of the money. We get a little bit of the money for them maintaining, having the machines in here for the convenience of us having the water in here. So that is the answer to that question, Robert. Okay. There's no contract on those. But if they are not working, let me know, and I call and get a hold of him. But I'm also friends with him on Facebook, and I think right now he's over in Europe. I think I saw that. Mr. Danny Enfinger owns it. Let's see, Jeanette. $900 increase from $2,500. So if you're $1,500 before $900, oh, that's what? That's more. That's almost a 60% increase. Is that right? Do I have my thinking cap on? Is it something like that? So 2,500 minus 900 be 1,600, and 900 of that would be probably 60% increase. Well, that's pretty tight. Anyway, yeah, that's the problem of living in Florida with the hurricanes and the big ones that we had. We've got the insurance companies, and unfortunately also the insurance fraud. When we had the hurricanes here, not only the insurance fraud, but we were having, after the last one, Hurricane Ian, especially hammered the Fort Myers area. I saw where they were paying somebody to come over and laborers to work over there. It was an insane amount, like $1,500 a week. They were getting paid to be laborers, and so a lot of our contractors in our area went and worked over on the coast, and so yeah, I mean, they were not only were they had a lot of work to get done or a lot of materials to have to buy to replace stuff, but they were paying very high labor rates. So anyway, for Bobby House, then. Okay, what's Robert? The one has a Safety? Might expand on that, Robert. Don't know what you mean there. Barbie house. Yeah, small house. I guess there's a new movie coming out. Barbie, a Barbie movie. Interesting. My insurance. Pritchard's my broker with Progressive. Yeah, we use Pritchard's for the part. Okay, safety issue. Screws cut my hand. It is the hinge for the door. Thanks. Okay, well, to see what we can do about that. I'll pass that on to him to fix that. All right. Okay. One unfortunate thing that I have to pass on. Well, there's a couple unfortunate things. This past week, James Larkin passed away. Jenny Larkin's husband, he passed away. Andy Cameron passed away this last week. Peggy Cameron's husband. So we had two folks in the park that have passed on. So remember those folks. Also, this has to do with our software, but I think it's possibly because all the banks are passing on fees, and that because of the change in the interest rates, they are paying more for their money, and they're tied into a lot of CDs and stuff that are, let's see, they're having to borrow money. People, anyway, the high interest rates have hit the banks with the feds raising the money. All that just to say that our ACH system, your auto pay, that has been free, it now will cost $2. And that will be starting in September 1st of 2023. So if you do an auto pay or we take it out of ACH, it's still the most cost-effective way to pay your maintenance, but there's going to be a $2 processing fee. They did lower the price. The one-time pay, if you call in and pay by check over the phone, that is also just going to be $2. It was $2.95, but it's going to be $2. So any of those are $2. A credit debit, if you use a credit card or debit card, that fee will not change, and it's still 3.5%. And I wrote down that's $19.04. So it's much better to have it taken out of your checking account. But I know you Canadian folks can't transfer money that way, and so if you have to use your credit card, it is 3.5% or $19.04. If I calculated right, almost $20 for that. So that is on the ACH. Also, with that, Tammy wanted me to make sure that as on July 17th, if you haven't paid your quarterly dues, a late fee of $12.50 will be added onto your account unless you've called and made arrangements with Tammy. So remember that. The 17th is Monday. So if you haven't made your quarterly payment, get it done today to avoid that late fee of $12.50. I guess this is for next week. Tammy will be off for a couple of days, and Victoria will be taking care of a lot of that. But today, and you also need to talk to Victoria today because Tammy is off today also. But she can get it done for you. But also, if you at least call and try to do it today, and Tammy takes care of it on Monday, your late fee won't get applied. So all right, let's see. That takes care of that reminder. Okay, on that. I mentioned last live about possibly in August having to shut the water system down. We don't have a date for that. It may not be in August. We might have a date. It might be in September or October. The inspection crew hasn't gotten with me the date on that. I did send them an email, ask for a date, but they didn't email me back. I think that was last Monday. So or this Monday I sent that, so I hadn't heard from him, so I'll have to do that again. But we also have some other things besides the inspection. We need to put a valve in on the high pressure side, and that will require taking the high pressure tank out of, can't work on it with this pressure. So that'll have to come down. And then also in the control room, we got some piping that is due for replacement, and they call them check valves. Uh, they need to be replaced because it's got to work, and don't wait till they go bad. So, all right. So, there's still as one thing, whenever you're shopping or whatever, or redoing stuff in your house, try to figure out a way where you can store water or cycle through water if you have, and store it so you always have drinking water on hand, always have some type of backup water to be able to flush your toilet. If we're down for a day that you need probably about 2 gallons per flush if you want to be able to flush your toilet while the water is down. So you might try to find a way of being able to store at least 5 gallons of water in your house for those times that we're out of water. So remember to do that. Okay, that's about that on there. I'm not seeing any other questions yet. One thing just to bring up again, back down into the running around in the area, and I saw that people are throwing cardboard boxes into the dumpster. If you're new here, please, the dumpster is for large items only. And if that large item can be broke down with the tractor, leave it sitting outside, because our guys are not going to have them pull stuff out of the dumpster and break it down. But if you leave it sitting out, we will break it down and then put it into the dumpster. You don't have to possibly strain your muscles trying to lift something into the dumpster that, and especially if we can break it down, takes up less room. So remember that the dumpster is for large items that can't go in the compactor. Cardboard and trash, always anything squishable goes into the compactor. Oh, okay. And I did send out a message yesterday that we'd be doing total removal last night. We had to postpone it for a situation, and so that total removal will be happening tonight. I didn't put up a picture of it. We will be doing the poisonous toad removal, not just regular toads, but the poisonous toad removal. The buffalo toads are cane or buffalo, they call it, or bufo toads are poisonous. On the side of their heads, they have a gland that secretes a milky neurotoxin, and if a dog bites at one of these cane toads, the poisonous toads, the neurotoxin can minimum make them sick, give them problems, and it does kill dogs or cats if they mess with the toad. So, but that toad removal will be going on tonight. We'll start at approximately 9 o'clock. Could last up to midnight. We'll be running around with flashlights and buckets and running up and down the street and between houses, because where the frogs, or not frogs, toads run. When they run from us, they run to their hiding spots. So don't call the cops on us. Don't come out with your gun. All right. That's a process we're going to do to get rid of some toads, so you don't have to drive down the street. Lisa just announced something here. I hadn't heard about it yet. Next Thursday, July 20th, chicken sandwich, green beans, and a dessert for $6, 11:30, 12:30 at the clubhouse. Okay. And there was something else. Okay, there were a lot. Yeah, springtime. I didn't realize they'd come back so quick. The toads. Somebody mentioned something else here. It had to do with the Blue Stream checks. There we go. Let's see if I can get it up there. Vivian said she got her Blue Stream check. Yes, a big batch of the checks came in, and we Victoria has just about got them all decided what we do with them. We did get some checks that on this mailing that they were supposed to bring to us, but they didn't, and they sent them out. So there are many that got, if your mailbox was closed rather than forward your mail, it gets returned to the post office. The post office will need to return it to Blue Stream, and then when Blue Stream gets it, every week or two, they will send the checks to us. And so it's a delay. And then, especially if it's got the wrong name, I think we've gotten all the wrong names taken care of, but maybe not. There's a lot of folks that didn't keep up with that part of when the, and I know it's a time if not everything you remember to do, but you need to remember to have your deceased spouse, partner, not necessarily taken off the deed, but making sure that you're the first person on the deed. So, and that also comes into play for probate. There are some houses in here that are still going through probate. Somebody passed away 7 or 8 years ago. Do take care of that ahead of time. Do your planning on what's going to happen with your place. If you remember, I guess another one was Becky Fisher when she passed away. The family is already grieving, but then they have to go through the process of figuring out what you wanted for your place, who to get it. And sometimes we get stuck in the middle of that, and we have to be pretty, how you say, follow the law, and we can't let anybody into your unit that doesn't have a legal right. So we'll have to tell family members, no, you can't. And we did. We had to tell somebody, no, till you get that piece of paper, we can't let you in because it puts us responsible for that. So as much as you can, I know it's the end of life planning and something we all don't want to think about, but Kathy and I did. We took care of it. Got our kids on the deeds and on our accounts, so that if something happens to us, we have total control of everything. They can't take it over while we're alive, but if something happens to both of us, the kids don't have to fight over stuff, and they know what we want. So do remember to do that and process that. If you move, change your phone number, whatever, send us an email, send me a text, so that we can get things changed in our system. Many times with the mailing, we get many envelopes back to the northern address, say undeliverable, address is wrong. And when we try to call, we get a number that's taken out of service. So do remember to keep us informed of any changes in your status, your vehicles. On the vehicles, we'll do it as we get closer to getting to the new gate system. We'll be issuing everybody a new card that you don't actually have to touch the reader. It'll read it as almost the same as if you have a remote. It'll open it up without you having to do anything. But they are going to be tied to you, and there'll still be a little bit different rules as far as owners and renters. The renters will have to purchase one, and then we'll pay them for it when they move out and give back to us, because the car is going to be tied to a specific person and when they come in. But take care of the end of life stuff. That will make it so much easier on your family. You let us know everything, and even as an emergency contact for us here, that who do we call if there's something happening with your house, we can't get a hold of you, who's next in line do we call, so that we're not trying to do an internet search to find out if you got a family member that's on social media or live, that we can take care of stuff. Helps the park out, help you out, and help your family out if something ever happens. And that is about it that I have for today. I guess we've run 25 minutes. Fred, we will take as many as we can, and it may take us a couple times to get a few more. out of there. So let's see, 1 week. If you send your check to us, there is no fee. If you give us a physical check, there is no fee. The only way that there is a fee is if you call in for a one-time payment, or we take it out automatically, the ACH, and that is a $2 fee. It's a flat $2 fee if we do it that way. But if you hand us a physical check, no, there's no charge. Okay, that should hopefully answer your question. Okay, Bluestream. I thought Bluestream checks all the ownership name. The check came. Yes, your first check came, and we told them about it. Unfortunately, the people at Bluestream did not change the records when they ran the second batch of checks. They didn't change the information, and so that second check was once again made to your husband. I think I remember seeing that. I can't remember now. It's gone through so many names. I'm sorry, Suzanne, I don't remember. But check came. Yeah, Steve. Okay, so they didn't change it for the second one. So once again, it'll have to be. I send them the information. Andrea gives it to the finance department, and instead of them apparently they'll wait for a batch of them to come in, and then they'll write the check. Hopefully, they'll do it a lot quicker this time because I, told them, this is dragging on. Let's get this done and over with. So anyway, we will work on getting the names and get the information, and get the right checks, and get this all done. If there's still folks, send us an email or text on if you have not gotten your first check yet. I know Dave Fisher, for his lot, didn't get any checks yet, but we'll keep working on it. We get this done and over with. I'll be so glad because it's taken up so much of my time on this. But other than, I guess there was a glitch this morning a little bit with of course, we had storms rolling through here about accounts, but at least one person called back and said that their Bluestream their box got corrected out and they're back online. So everything's working that way. Okay, yeah, Victoria's. We took through that list, and I had her make up a spreadsheet because we're tracking every single one of these checks that we get back, and on that. Okay, so the total removal tonight. Yep, we'll get them out of here. They're of course, and they're nasty looking too. There are some people, even YouTubers, that go and collect them, but they can't stand touching them. At first, it's kind of really yucky, but when you get to doing the process, I guess it's not that bad. We just, as I remind anybody while we're doing it, you can either wear the latex gloves. It won't get absorbed through your skin, but once you handle the toads, make sure you don't lick your fingers before you really wash your hands. So it should be safe. All righty. With that, we'll get out of here. Excuse me. Sorry about that. If you're listening in on this, go away. If you're listening in, hit that like button and go ahead and comment if you want. But that like button will help Facebook and YouTube. We'll put it to more people that are affiliated with Ancient Oak, so get out there a little bit more. So do that. Doesn't cost anything. Helps the channel out and get it out there, and we'll take care of it that way. Be safe. Be careful on the roads. I seem to have a lot. Maybe we're just hearing more about accidents, but don't be distracted driving. I have to remind myself to put this thing away and don't mess with it while you're driving, and put the phones away and try not being distracted. And luckily on my vacation, I didn't see anybody, well, I didn't see a couple accidents, but nothing that looked really bad other than it was up by Orlando. Saw a semi that was burning on a ramp, just totally engulfed in flames. So everybody have a great weekend and be safe and take care. We should be back here again next Friday on September 1st. Have somebody will be one of my first ones. The supervisor elections, Melissa Arnold, wanted to be able to be at a meeting. And I said, well, the board meetings, they're attended, but we kind of have to close it out. We can't broadcast it, and not everybody attends. But I said, on these lives, most of our folks, by the time it rolls around, but these lives get like between 300 to 600 views. And so she's going to come September 1st and be with me here in the morning, the supervisor elections, trying to help get out the vote for everybody. Nonpartisan, she does that, but just get the information on voting and what's happening with the here at on the election process. So that'll be September 1st. We've got an appointment made, so we're a month away, a little over a month away. But anyway, I said have a great weekend. Catch you on the next one. And in the meantime, live long and prosper.